Hey everybody, welcome to the channel, back again. Now, today's a bit different because again it's an e-bike review. Oh god, I've never heard that before. But I'm going to show you this bike, right? My head always wanted to say about this one is that's a girl's bike because guys are stupid, and that's what we generally say about bikes and stuff like that. Why am I going to review this for you? I say review, it's been mine. I've owned it for a long time now. I've been out in it quite a few times. So I'm going to give you my findings on it, and then I'm just going to go round and tell you the rest of it. Well, it has got 9 speeds, chain driven, and a step through. Because I'm getting old, it turns out that a step through is better for me. Just because of certain health issues. Why do I love this bike? Now this is a strange one. Because when I show you around the bike, you have a good look at it and stuff like that. You'll probably think, you'll probably go, oh, there's not really much to it and things. And that's where you're wrong. The reason that you're wrong is, I am 5'7", 95 kilos. Maybe I should put that as a badge up somewhere just to show everybody. I was a hell of a lot fitter than what I am just now. I mean, I would have said I was a cyclist. When I'd go out for a cycle, I would normally end up doing about 30-40 miles on the road bike. Started off at 5, built my way up. Felt great, felt really great. Cannot do it anymore. Actually, it might sound a bit sad when I say I feel a wee bit depressed even thinking about it. Because it makes me feel like I'm going backwards. Nobody wants to feel like they're going backwards. So this bike feels like I'm pushing forwards. Why am I pushing forwards? Well, e-bikes will take you up to 15.5 miles an hour to make them legal. 250 watt motor. This has that. It's a mid-drive motor. It's a weird sensation, the mid-drive motor, because unlike the other e-bikes that are out there, the mid-drive bike motor will not feel as fast. If you put it in a stand and turn it, it won't look as fast. It doesn't give you the oomph push that it does. Now this has got a torque sensor in it, so the more that I put in my legs, the more it'll give me back. Now that is really refined with a mid-drive motor. That is really perfected. And you get a greater cycling experience, I think, with it. But what I find, what I find with this is, granted I have no suspension and this road is absolutely terrible. You're definitely going to see that through the camera. This is a main road. This is a main road. Look at what the person who lives beside it has done to a main road. Amazing. Right, while I readjust you. Oh, I rattle my bones through. So, what does it like about it? Apart from that road there, which I hate everything about. So, the main things I like about this bike is when I get to the 15.5 mile an hour peak, if I was to use that, I find that because we've got up to 9 gears, I can push my way through it more. So my own steam can come back. The thing that I love about it is it's much like it used to be when I was cycling before, where it's burst speed. And what I mean by that is, burst speed is in, I can get a big kick and then stop. Most times I'm riding about this in eco because it's fine for me. Now I believe eco's only going to take me to about 7 mile an hour, 10 mile an hour. Everything else above and top of that's me. Going up this quite long, elongated hill, I have noticed that if I put this up into boost, I'm doing about 12 mile an hour. If I move my legs faster with the torque sensor and everything that's on it, you'll see it goes quicker. That's up a hill. Now that goes to show you obviously what this is doing. And it's enough. It's certainly enough for me. When I'm at the top of the hill, I'll just come right back down to eco. Why will I do that? I may as well just use it at full speed because I want to exercise. E-bike's there to assist me. The assistant levels are there to assist me. They're not there to ride. If they were there to push me on, then I would have a motorbike. I don't want it. I've got motorbikes, had motorbikes. So while everybody gets to soak up these beautiful views, and God, I wish I was so vain that I was talking about myself. No, well, everybody gets to soak them up. You get to see what I see. Hopefully you get pulled in by it. The reason I want you pulled in by it is, if I could see any yous out there and you told me that I helped you get on that journey and get moving, then I would be extremely happy. That would help my mood, helping you. So on that, back to this bike that's making me feel this way, because it's always made me feel this way since I got it. The hydraulic brakes, they work absolutely fantastic. There was a couple of squeaking at the start, which there normally always is with them, but I didn't have to change these ones because they were fine. Weight wise, I'm not sure what the weight is on the bike. I'm going to guess, I've guessed about 30-35 kilos. It's a big battery that's in it. Now I think Engwe say that the range in this is about 100 odd miles, and normally I would laugh that off and say that is absolutely rubbish for the size I am, the height I am and all the rest of it. But because I'm on Eco 1, we've been out, I think in total now we've been out maybe about 15 miles. It hasn't even went down one. It's not even showing that it's anywhere near it as well. I have bumped it up to the high assist as soon as I hit the harder hills, because my knees are killing me and I don't want to put anything else through them today. I've got a whole week of work to do. Oh. I'm sensing a pattern here with bad roads beside certain buildings. So yeah, on this bike, I don't know if I mentioned it on this, but being 5'7", this is set to the low seat position. So if you are under 5'7", it's not going to work for you, I'm sorry. It's not made for you. It's just not. It makes me feel like I'm in the tall boys club, which I'm not. But if you are 5'7" and above, probably 6.5, maybe even a 7, I don't know. Don't know anybody that tall. And if I did, I would always ask them how the weather was up there. So from that, this is the type of bike that it's for. Now, if you want a bike that puts you back to feeling like it's road bike use and a hybrid bike shape with enough assistance to keep you going. Now, when I go to the computer down the bottom there, it's a tiny, tiny instrument cluster computer. There's not much to it. It's really, really small. You can read it in the sunlight, but if you've got glasses on like myself, it's a bit harder to read. It will tell you the speed that you're doing, and it will tell you the assistance that you're doing. There is an Engwe app that they've got that I could use on this, but I still need to find a better phone holder for my phone since I changed phones, because this one is not the Red Magic 10 phone that I've got, which I love to bits. I don't know what's going on with it. I cannot. The Red Magic 9 was fine to fit, but the 10 won't. So on the Engwe one, why does my channel seem full of Engwe bikes, might you ask? I'm an Engwe fanboy, it seems. There is other bikes, there will be other bikes coming. Am I biased towards Engwe? I think so. Now I'll tell you why I think so, right? In my life, I like value for money. I believe that Engwe bikes have got value for money, massive. Edit, rewind, full stop, pause, hashtag, delete. I'm going to up this hill and I'm going to go in the lowest gear, right? And the highest assistance. Why am I going to do that? What I'm going to want to show you is, and I certainly get out a puff at times as well, is I want to show you what it is an e-bike can end up doing for you. Why would you buy an e-bike to help you get up the hills and things like this? This is why you'll buy it, for the hills like that. So going up this hill just now, which is very steep, we will go up to the highest assist and down to the lowest gear. Now, imagine you're looking at this hill and you're saying to yourself, I ain't going to make it up there, right? I've not got it in me. Will this bike take me up at nearly 100 kilos? Or will it let me down halfway and I'm going to have to come down and then worry to myself when I come down, am I going to be able to get up the hill, because I don't think I'll be able to walk it. The other reason I want to show you this is I do need an inhaler when I'm outside. So it will show you the fact that I'm not that fit getting up this. And I'm not even going to lie, I'm not trying. The other thing I want to show you is, this is a torque sensor. If I pedal gently and I'm in the highest assistance, it will get me up. But watch what happens when I put more through my own leg. I don't know if you can see that or not. What happens with the torque sensor is when I put my effort through this central motor, it will propel the bike faster. It will tell the motor to add extra power to help me then at that point, because I need it. This is great, because it's thinking for me. Why do I want a bike thinking for me when I can just think for myself? Because we live in a world where we're buying stuff, whether it makes our life easier or not. If it is going to save you 2 seconds off your life or stuff, it seems to make us happier. Now, I am not an agent for it or against it, because really, when I was a teenager, the internet wasn't even a thing. And now look at it. It's the greatest and worst thing that's ever happened to us. That said, if it can take it out your mind and not bamboozle you with things and make you feel stupid, it will let you go out. So for instance, just now, I'm looking down at the screen. There's not much there to see. It's a tiny screen. It's not flashing away, pulling my attention away from what I'm supposed to be doing. What am I doing? I'm talking to you, but primarily I'm looking all about me, taking in some of the sights and the fresh air and things, and thinking to myself, God, this is great, I got out. And that's where you want to be. You don't want to be embroiled into all these fancy buttons, and I do like a good screen though, a nice colour screen and stuff. You don't want to be embroiled into that when you're going out. When you're going out, if you're anything like me, you want to lose weight, you want to exercise, you want to get yourself back to a position in life where you can say, I'm chuffed I did that. Yeah, it cost me money and all that stuff, but who honestly cares how much, in reality, who honestly cares, or who has ever cared, how much something costs you when it's helped you? When it's literally helped you, properly helped you, through your bones. It's helped and done it. There. 9 gears. Very clean, love the colour. Look at the size of the wheels, they're massive. Now, I did actually forget to say, it has a front built-in light, but it does not have a back one. It's a battery operated. And I don't know if you can see the screen. Remember, they don't come across very well on cameras, but it's a small screen. And you've got your 5 different modes. So we've got off, eco, tour, sport, turbo, boost. And I'll be honest, we have no idea what they mean. Because it's just 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 assistants, I take it as. We've got our Tektro brakes, hydraulic, which are fantastic. And we've got a manual horn. Oh. Love it. So I have been out the bike, been out several times in the bike. Right, so here's my findings that I can let you all know and everything. So the P275, this is the ST model because it's a step through for old people who's got sore hips and knees and stuff. Now, it has got a aluminium frame, which means it weighs about 26 kilos. It's got a 19.2, so let's just say 19 ampere battery, which goes through here. It is massive, right? Engwe say that this will do 160 miles to the range, and I think that is absolute rubbish. But yeah, it's not. And the reason that it's not is I've took this out on a 20-mile journey, 25 mile I think it was in round trip. It never even burst a bar. Most of the time I was only in eco mode though, because I don't need the huge push of an e-bike. And this is because the reason I don't need a huge push on an e-bike is because I'm not fit, I'm definitely not, but this bike is set up for me perfectly. You can get the belt driven one, it's got 3 speeds and the Bafang motor, but this one has got the Ananda mid-drive TFT DI something or other. I know, I don't know. I don't really need to know. The fact is it's a mid-drive motor. I haven't used them that much, but it feels great. 250 watt. Now 250 watt is weak. It's really weak compared to all the other bikes that are out there. But on this setup, it's really not. I've got 9 speeds. The reason I like that is if I'm going down the hill, I don't ghost pedal. It just goes. And even at its weakest part to get me up the highest hill, I could just turn this up to 5 to help me assist on it. Now, given that it has got what it's got a Celly Royale seat. Now, the seat is lovely, but here's my problem is I'm small. For a man, I'm small. 5'7". I'm barely just getting on that. I don't want to get rid of the bike, but I may have to get rid of the bike, and it will pain me Because the annoying part with Engwe is, to see this gear set that you pick for this bike. This is fantastic. You should have that in more range. I think your Map 4 bike that you brought out is probably the successor to this bike, but you use 7 instead of 9, and it's a huge difference. And it's a huge difference to your battery power, and the reason being, I can jig this so that my legs can do it and the battery's not taking it, but I still feel that assistance that I need for me to go, and it's really great. We've got puncture resistant tyres. They are fantastic. The disc brakes and everything that's on there, it's great. We're missing a bottle holder, which is really annoying because obviously I don't want to scrape the bike, but that's the only solution I could come up with. We've got, I put the lovely Engwe bag on it, and I'll try and skip in front of the shot. And the only reason I want to show you this quickly is because when we went out on a family picnic, this opens up, the other side opens up as well. This is a great bike for it. Also this bike, because it's got the pool, I've managed to put on the trailer for the dog. I took it out, just didn't really like it right enough, but you know, it was great. The bike's great. I love this bike, and I laugh because, as I said at the start of the video, is that's a girl's bike. Because constantly everybody keeps going, that's a girl's bike. And the weird part is, I didn't even know that that was the bike I was after. So when you're out there and you're watching these videos and you look at the bike, you say, yeah, that's a bike for me. There's loads of other things that you need to take in consideration that you're not taking into consideration. You feel that you don't need to, but you actually do. What are you going to use it for? For me, I miss my road cycling. That's why the 26-inch tyres, and they're quite thick. So because they've got quite a drop up, 27.5 inch tyres, because they've got a right beautiful rolling resistance. There's no suspension in this bike apart from that saddle, which I can't get to work because I can't raise it up enough for the suspension to work. I don't need it. I've literally been on the bike and it's never hurt me or bothered me. The back rack that's on the back of there is fantastic. It can hold a decent weight. The computer, which will take you around the bike and that stuff, is tiny. It's minuscule. There's not much there. There's nothing really to distract me. I've got a nice wee phone holder that's sitting on the front just to keep me going, and that's all I really need. But honestly, when I say I love this bike, I do love this bike. I hope I don't get rid of this bike. The only reason I would get rid of this bike is because of the seat and my height. That is it. This is a beautiful bike. Now, Engwe don't sell it anymore, which is bad. And the reason I'm saying it's bad is maybe it wasn't one that came up for sale that was... But I'm telling you, it's because enough people never had a shot at this. You have a shot at this, you're definitely going to want it. So look at your second pages and stuff like that. Maybe Engwe might bring it back, you never know. But it was a good bike. It was a really, really good bike that they made. So yeah, we're at the end of the video, and so it's a like and a subscribe and a thing and a do the other thing. Please read the comments. Please drop a comment. It's just, you know, that... It's good to know that people are watching. I know you're watching, you're clicking it, but about 90% of you are not clicking that subscribe button. That would really, really help the channel. And maybe even give me an ego, which I don't really seem to have much of. But if you could do that, it'd be really great. And stay tuned, we'll have more e-bike videos. And then, well, we might even get some other ones. I think I've got a scooter hiding somewhere as well. Right, thanks then, bye.